Hey, I have two fantastic jokes for you. Let's get right into it. Son says, "Oi, Dad, I've fallen head over heels for this Sheila and want to take her out." Father says, "Crikey, that's Ace, son. Who's the lucky girl?" Son continues, "It's Lisa, the neighbor's daughter." Son says, Father replies, "Blimey, why'd you have to go and say that, mate? I gotta tell you something, but swear you won't tell your mom. Lisa's actually your sister." The boy is gutted, but a few months later, son asks, "Dad, I've gone and done it again. I've fallen for another chick and she's even hotter." Father replies, "Struth, that's Bonza, son. Who's this Sheila then?" Son says, "It's Mia, the other neighbor's daughter." Father says, "Ah, love, why do you keep picking the wrong ones, mate? Mia's your sister too, believe it or not." This goes on a few more times until the son is absolutely fuming and runs straight to his mom in tears. Son explains, "Mom, I'm so bloody mad at Dad. I've fallen for 6 different girls and I can't date any of them because Dad's their bloody father." The mother pulls him in for a hug and says, "Don't you worry, love. Your old man aren't really your dad anyway, so you can date whoever you want." Don't leave me. Here comes the second joke. "Oi, mate," the officer says. "I clocked you at 80 kilometers per hour, sir." The driver replies, "Gee, officer, I had it on cruise control at 60. Perhaps your radar gun needs calibrating." Not looking up from her knitting, the driver's Sheila says, "Now don't be silly, dear. You know that this car doesn't have cruise control." As the officer writes out the ticket, the driver looks over at his Sheila and growls, "Can't you please keep your mouth shut for once?" The Sheila smiles demurely and says, "Well, dear, you should be thankful your radar detector went off when it did, or your speed would have been higher." As the officer makes out the second ticket for the illegal radar detector, the bloke glowers at his Sheila and says through clenched teeth, "Woman, can't you keep your mouth shut?" The officer frowns and says, "And I noticed that you're not wearing your seatbelt, sir. That's an automatic $100 fine." The driver says, "Yeah, well, you see, officer, I had it on, but I took it off when you pulled me over so that I could get me license out of me back pocket." The Sheila says, "Now, dear, you know very well that you didn't have your seatbelt on. You never wear your seatbelt when you're driving." And as the copper is writing out the third ticket, the bloke turns to his Sheila and barks, "Will you please be quiet?" The officer looks over at the woman and asks, "Does your husband always talk to you this way, ma'am?" She replies, "Only when he's been drinking."